Hi, I'm Steve Schmuck with Sharp Stuff, the knife sharpening, and I'm going to show you today how to properly wrap your knives so that they will arrive safely and won't cut anybody. So here I have a standard size dish towel. Yours may be smaller or larger, but because of the size of this, I can fold it in half and then put my smaller knives under 12 inches in here, and it's important to have them all in the same alignment, all facing up. And if you have scissors, and especially if you have two, it's best to place them like this. So once they're on your towel, then you want to fold the towel back towards yourself to form a pocket so that the knives edges and the tips don't poke at you. And so now I start on the left, but you can start either way. You roll each knife individually, moving the knives as you have to, so that they are separate from each other. And it helps that there's a double padding here that kind of helps equalize the single padding here, that so you can keep the towel easily aligned. So now they're wrapped up. Now I use either a series of rubber bands to hold them to get the package together. And it's okay if the knife handle sticks out, it doesn't matter. Other times, if you don't have rubber bands, I use painter's tape, blue or green, as kind of non-sticky, and it's the best way. You don't need a real firm method of attachment, because it just rips at the cloth and it makes it tougher to unwrap and wrap. So these are the preferred methods for making this as safe as possible. Now this is a standard flat rate mail box for the U.S. Postal Service. It's 9 by 12 by 5.5 deep. You can put a lot of knives in here. Several of these could go inside here, and you could mail 15, 20 knives easily. Now you notice there's a lot of extra space in this because we only have 6 or 7 knives. So I found that the easiest way to do this is to use newspaper and wad it up and make it compact so there's no movement or shaking and shifting of the knife. You don't want the knives to come loose and poke through the box. Nobody likes that, especially the post office people. It's not a bad thing to put your name and address on a card inside, just because in case the post office loses track of it. It needs a little bit more packing than this, but it's demonstration purposes only. And you put Sharp Stuff and you return from and to, and just wrap it up like you normally would. This is where I would use good grade tape that secures the box, and off it goes to Sharp Stuff. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to best wrap the larger knives that you may have to send in to sharpen. These knives are typically 14, 15 inches long, and I folded the dish towel in half, although you may or may not have a big enough towel for that. If not, don't worry. Just make sure you've got enough to fold over the top towards yourself and make a pocket for the sharp ends. It's okay if the handles stick out of the bottom end, And I start from the left, but you can start either direction, left or right, and you just fold it over and move the knives as necessary. You can get quite a few in this one, maybe 8 or 10 knives. And then when it's wrapped up, secure it with some tape. And for this box, because they're longer knives, you can't use a smaller flat rate box. You need to start with a larger flat rate box. This is a used box that is a flat rate nailer, and it's big enough to accommodate your large kitchen knives. And again, the same process. You can pack it up with newspaper, make sure that nothing jiggles and it's ready for transport. By the way, you can put in your neighbor's knives. The cost of shipping is all the same, so the more knives that you can collect and put in, the cheaper it'll be on a per knife basis for return and forwarding postage. So.